Alright, summer's over. Here I am in Colorado Springs, and Toyota was nice enough to give me a Sequoia TRD Pro, which is interesting because it has Texas plates in Colorado, and I haven't even driven one yet. So this should be interesting. I'm going to have it for a couple days. I'm going to give you some updates as I drive it. But first, I got to leave the airport. So I'll catch up with you soon. That doesn't fit there. It's kind of a bad design. You definitely want the skid plate on there. And then it just folds away completely. Okay. Does it fold? No, you gotta get it under here. Okay.
There. No.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, that's better. Yeah. That's better.
Yeah. That's how the trunk of the Sequoia works. Glad we figured that out. But there's 3 levels. 1, 2, 3. Don't need the 3rd level at all. I've arrived. That's good. It's good there, isn't it? One thing I noticed about the Sequoia is when you get the optional towing mirrors, you're going to have to approach the vehicle from this side because there's no way you can get through there. And that mirror is not even extended. I cut off the camera too soon. Look at this. I can't even get in. It's the mirror. Yeah, that's not going to work. So how do I fold the mirror? I'd have to lock it. How do I do this? I'd have to lock it, but have the door open. Well, I could just also reach in here and hit the button. It doesn't do it. That's great. Don't bother. Okay, this is the 2023 Toyota Sequoia TRD Pro. It's massive. It's like a Nissan Armada on steroids, but without a V8. Because this has the twin turbo V6 and it's a hybrid. It puts out way over 400 horsepower, and the thing is, it's based on the Tundra truck, and this is basically like a 3-row version of a Tundra truck. If you need a 3rd row, this is what you get. Otherwise, you just get the Tundra. But let me take you a quick walk around here. TRD Pro means it's for high-speed off-road, and if you look, well, we'll show you later. We're going to be going off-road a little bit. It's raining, it's 47 degrees, it's here in Colorado. Even though this truck is from Texas, I never got the chance to drive it there, as you know. So, these wheels, forged wheels, running, I don't know if those are optional, but the running board is probably an option, just like the starting mirror, which is massive, that mirror there, which is a bit too big for me. Getting in and out of parking spaces is tough with a mirror that large. And then we have a roof rack, which is really cool. It makes a lot of noise on the freeway. And we have really cool exhaust back here, and I love the high visibility jacket color on the paint. Even if you pan around just to that side, you'll see you could not miss this thing anywhere out there in the country. So let's jump inside and take this thing down the road a little bit and have some fun with it. All right, inside you can see this is a pretty muddy, rainy thing. That's a Toyota minivan going down at quite well, but we're going to go ahead and throw this into full high. Drive mode is eco. We're going to go into normal there, so that gives us better tuning and more appropriate power for what we want to do here, which is basically have a little fun. So tow and haul option, DSC and crawl, and MTS multi-terrain select. We're actually going to use that. Let's see how I do that. I think we're going to go with mud. There we go. And now we're just going to put this thing in drive. It's a little beefy in here. A lot of plastic. Let's see if we hit these potholes too. Which is fine. A lot of linear stability. It doesn't really grab or pull anywhere. And I'm trying to knock it out a little bit. Still not used to anything this size. This is huge, so it's hard to get a good idea of like what it might do to me if it starts sliding off the road. But so far so good. What I want to try and do is get it nice and dirty, because I actually take it back to the airport and drop it off tomorrow. So I really appreciate Toyota for letting me have it for a couple days. Oh, VSC is turned off. Okay, so we are actually in no traction control mode, which is really cool because I didn't notice that until just now. So it's actually going through these corners very nicely. I feel the power being distributed evenly. And we do have locking rear diff as well. Well, let's see if we can get like off-road. Well, there's not much off-road to show you except like some stuff that would be tricky in the mud, but we could just go through it at a good pace and go right through it unharmed. Unharmed in the way that I don't have to get my shoes dirty. Well, this is about as much as off-road as any Sequoia is going to do. We're actually in a park, so you know, it's not like we're going to be paving or blazing trails to put in new power installations or anything like that. Yeah, pretty good ruts here. Still doing well. We got the camera and the sensors and stuff going off for all the little things that force pinstripes do to this kind of thing. Yeah, let's see where else we can go here. Alright, we're at the soccer park, you know, where this thing will typically be seen as well. No, I'm joking. There's not much to do around here except for get stuck in the mud, and I don't feel like doing that today. But, you know, I haven't done much high-speed driving here on the off-road part. But over the ruts and stuff, I mean, it's just able to go right over it all in this rain. It's 47 degrees out, and I haven't tried rock control. I haven't done anything serious here. It does not have air suspension because it's a TRD Pro, so I wish that it was lifted. I wish this thing was higher up off the ground, but then again, you wouldn't be able to use this in parking garages. So I think Toyota kind of did like a middle ground thing. But I would say if I'm paying 80 grand for a TRD Pro, I should be able to have it lifted, and that should be a part of the price. So I do like the Sequoia. I just don't think the TRD Pro is the way to go, but I'm hoping I can drive a capstone, hint, and then see if the air suspension can raise it up higher, because I know in the Tundra you can get air suspension. In the 1492, what is it called, 1792, something that I drove, and it had a really nice interior as well. This interior though, for this price, I mean, it's got the typical TRD red that they've done in a lot of their cars for a long time, but there's just a lot of plastic in here. So you know, as far as like enjoying, you can see too when I back up in this off-road mode, the cameras change views, and now I can see the sides where the wheels are, you know, when I'm backing up. But you know, just in general, like getting around on this stuff, not an issue. Okay, where is he going? I don't understand what's going on here. Okay. Oh, okay. We're doing a prisoner swap. I'll be right back. All right, private property and a muddy road, which we'll probably not get up. So let's give it a shot. Still traction's off. We got it in mud mode, and you can see someone's been sliding around on it. Oh yeah, we're sliding on it. No control. Zero control. We should have taken a minivan down here. Let's see the difference. Alright. I have no idea what to expect over that little hill. It's definitely private property. Getting up it will be interesting. Okay, maybe it's time to try the hill descent. I don't know where any of the buttons are. I'll just keep my foot on the brake. Brake and pray. Coming up on a trail. Alright, I'll probably come back when we go back up the hill just to see what it's like. Alright, we're going back up the hill. I'm trying not to destroy the property because the property owner's with me. But we're going to be slipping and sliding up here at some point. It's going to be pretty interesting. Hopefully. But hopefully not. So far so good. I don't have anything that tells me like the wheel position or the slippage or anything. There's no real screen to go to here either immediately to figure that out. I know on the Ram there's a button you can hit, and on the Jeep Wrangler you can hit a button and you get off-road information, but oh great, I can feel it working it out. Without traction control, and we should probably lock the rear diff, but we'll see if we have to later. I think it just upshifted there. Let's give it some beans. Alright, no problem. Easy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, we're catching up finally. Alright, so I know Toyota is known for their build quality and stuff, but something I just noticed when we did another prisoner swap here is if I roll down this window after it's been raining, it stops. That's not good. So maybe it's wet, or maybe there's mud in there, but it goes up just fine. But to lower it again, wow. Okay. Didn't notice that when it was dry. Only now. Alright, we left the soccer park and we're back on the main road. It's still, you can see, muddy, wet. We're still in the same mode we were in. I'm going to leave it in that mode. And we're just going to see, now that the road's a little wetter. Yeah, it's probably not even going to be phased with these wheels over the tires on here. Yeah, just fine. Pretty smooth ride. It is a bit of a stiff ride on the TRD Pro because it's made for the high speed off-roading, which, you know, 40 on this road is kind of excessive in this kind of condition, but totally not white knuckle or anything. So acceptable. Maybe that's what you're getting your money for when you're spending 80 grand, is something that is just capable of doing this effortlessly. If you live in Colorado, I guess it makes sense. Still though, I think the Tundra would be a better idea if you didn't need a third row. Let's see what else we can get into. You can hear all the noise from the roof rack. I doubt you'll all be going this speed, unless you're on the freeway, of course, but the noise can put everyone to sleep, which may be a good thing or a bad thing. But if you're never using the roof rack, why do you need that thing up there making that kind of noise? Can you even hear me? Is this thing on? I want to point out on the way to the Denver airport that the big towing mirrors have a huge blind spot. So you'll see there the Tesla. It's not in my mirror, not in my mirror. No, it's barely in the little mirror, but still not in the bigger mirror. So, and that's not even showing the side of the truck. And then you have the little icon, which where that Tesla is now is okay, but if the Tesla speeds up, the blind spot warning comes on. So that's good, because it doesn't just see cars that are hovering, it sees cars that are kind of approaching. But as we go by, let's just do this Explorer as well, you'll see there's a huge blind spot where you don't see the whole vehicle, and it seems to be like within striking distance, let's just call it that. So we're passing, okay. Don't see it in the big mirror at all. Now it's like almost not there if you don't look in the little mirror. And even if you look to the right, well, there we go. So again, I'm not a fan of these mirrors. I wouldn't recommend them. Okay, now I'm in Castle Rock, Colorado, and I want to show you two things, because you know, at the $80,000 price range, I can't open the door here without opening this first. These clips are so cheesy. These are actually for the shades, and they look like they're gonna fall at any time, and then this piece here doesn't look very well supported, so I'm not sure about that for longevity. And also, there are no heated seat buttons back here. Disappointing for 80 grand. Okay, it's my last day here, and I'm leaving Colorado Springs. You can see Pikes Peak in the background. They got snow yesterday. This thing did get dirty. It's nice that it has the ability to kick under the tailgate to open it, so my hands don't get all nasty from all this mud and stuff. But overall, it's a very good performer. This thing like screams on the freeway. It's got this great exhaust sound. Of course, it's a hybrid, so it shuts off once in a while. And beyond a few things, like these wonky little clips here, which don't look very sturdy at all, and might actually be pulling this trim down, and no heated or vented seats in the back at this price range, even though these are perforated seats. It's very roomy, very large. I've had 5 adults in here. We went a little bit off-roading. I wouldn't use a roof rack at all, but I mean, if you got gear, you're gonna need it. And otherwise, I do wish it had a bigger sunroof, or like my Discovery, which has sunroof in the front and glass roof in the rear that doesn't open. But the light bar wasn't that impressive. I would just say this is definitely worth it. Get the V6 hybrid. Yeah, I gotta go to the airport right now, but I've averaged about 16.2. Here it says 16.3 mpgs, and that's driving it pretty aggressively. I really did enjoy this. I'm actually gonna miss it. Not because I'm on a trip, but because I think that if you need a third row, if you need all that space back there, then definitely get the Sequoia. If you don't need a third row, but you want a bench back seat, you might as well just get the Tundra. And they have a lot of different trucks. And the TRD Pro obviously is, sorry, I've been drinking a lot of water. The TRD Pro is basically the high-speed off-road version, but you can get a more luxurious trim and this and that. Like the capstone is the top of the line, and it does have this action cam thing here, the dash cam that records, like if I go over bumps too quickly, which isn't made to do, that camera will sometimes go off. But I gotta hit the airport, so there you go. Very good 3-row. I definitely have this over a Tahoe, and I'd say this color definitely pops and definitely gets a lot of attention, and people get out of the way, which is great. And yeah, there you go. So I got some more videos coming. Be sure to subscribe. It's free. And yeah, we'll see what happens in Texas when it gets where it's hotter. I'm gonna miss the 68 degrees as well. All right, see ya. You know, one last thing I want to complain about is this screen, actually, because when I try and touch something, it actually goes to scroll first. It's like way too sensitive, and then when I tap it, it takes a while to actually engage. So this screen, I don't know what they're doing with it, but clearly, you know, when I'm reaching and this is a bumpy ride and stuff, like if I'm trying to hit the button, it scrolls, and that's really annoying. So I wish they could do something about that. That's like the biggest, most important thing here about distracted driving. And when it scrolls instead of engages a button, that's just like, well, you could call it a bad user experience. I think that there's a way they can reprogram the scroll sensitivity, and that would help it a lot. Heated and vented seats up front, and they retain their memory from the last time. I just noticed that. And yeah, there you go. So technically that's all the information. And the other day when it was raining, the window was catching and now it's not. So I don't know what that was about. Probably just when the window's wet. Maybe that's a popular problem that goes on with these things. I don't know. So there you go. The full review of the Toyota Sequoia TRD Pro. Pretty badass. And if I needed a 3-row SUV, I would definitely put this on the short list. See ya. Yep, Colorado Springs Airport. Beautiful out here. And I did want to note also that the drive modes, I've been going a lot, turning this knob to go between eco, normal, and sport. Sport's definitely not as sporty as I thought it was going to be. Normal's pretty comfortable, but eco seems to be like the best for in-city driving or when you're just going like chill driving like this. So I figure I would just give you that last update before I get on the plane. But maybe I'm just doing that because...
In a quarter mile, continue straight to stay on Milton E. Proby Parkway.
That's Apple CarPlay there, wireless. I mean, sorry, Android Auto. Anyway, I'm going to get on the plane, and I'll see you guys when I get back in Texas.